Oh, that's it.
Stoppage. Barry said it. There'll be a little
Knock that man out the ring.
Because of what happened about 30 seconds
He's still out there.
so again, but Catterall.
One thing I can say is, you know, the fight wasn't boring. This is the last fight of the undercard for Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn 2. That was an 11th round stoppage by Jack Catterall, who is now 32-2 with 14 KOs. When was the last time he had a KO? This is his first stoppage since 2019. Remember, he's now training out of Philly with Boots Ennis, Boots Ennis' father. As you can see, there he is right there in the corner. I have to be careful with the clips because DAZN took my Richard Riakporhe video, which I'm going to have to edit and upload later on. But yeah, he's officially at 147 pounds now. As you can see, he is ranked right here where you at. Number 8 by the WBO. Remember, the guy he just knocked out, Ekow Essuman, beat Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor ended up retiring after the fight. If I'm correct, Josh Taylor's been having some issues with his vision. So how does Jack Catterall fit into the 100, let me zoom in a little bit, into the 147-pound picture? Who would I like to see him to fight next? Now, remember, Brian Norman Jr. next week is fighting Devin Haney, and apparently he's the favorite. I'm going to do an in-depth preview on that card on Monday, by the way. Probably actually tomorrow, Sunday. I've been doing streams every day for the last 4 days or so, so we're getting back in the swing of things. That's the WBO situation. Brian Norman's going to be taking on Devin Haney next week. Mario Barrios is supposed to be taking on Ryan Garcia. That's going to be finalized soon. Rolly Romero and Manny Pacquiao are in talks, but then Manny Pacquiao is also in talks to fight Floyd Mayweather on Netflix. And Lewis Crocker, Liam Parrow, if I'm correct, and remember, Liam Parrow almost lost. Liam Parrow, was he in a final eliminator? And I think Liam Parrow has another fight coming up, doesn't he? Let me see something here. By the way, Liam Parrow's at 147 too. Yeah, Patty Donovan. Okay, yeah. And this is supposed to be in a final eliminator, January the 16th, to be the mandatory for Lewis Crocker, if I'm understanding correctly. So as far as Jack Catterall is concerned, all the titles are tied up. So where does he go for a fight to keep him busy? You know, but is a step up from Ekow Essuman. So it is November, halfway through. So I'm guessing we would see him back in the ring. He should be back in the ring maybe March, April, no later than May. So who? Maybe him versus Alexis Rocha. Sheesh. Would y'all want to see him versus Aglidas Kavalauskas? Remember, Kavalauskas lost to this dude right here. It was a robbery. This Suleiman Sissoko, if I'm correct. By the way, I want to get you a clip of him getting knocked out the ring. But I have to be careful because DAZN, like I said, they took my Richard Riakporhe video and blocked it in globally, so which means it can't be seen. And I only used in the whole video maybe like 10 seconds of footage, but they get like that. DAZN is real shady. That is not the stoppage. I want to get the stoppage of when he got knocked out of the ring. And remember, I'm watching this live real time. $45 a month I've paid for DAZN. Here he is. I think this is it right here. And he ends up outside the ring. But one thing about Essuman, he was trying to fight. He just didn't, you know, he just couldn't. Oh, shit. Ass all up in the air. Damn. Oh, shit. He was fucked up. So, maybe Stanionis, depending on what he's doing. I know his next fight it should mean something. Even if the titles are tied up, his next fight should mean something. But it all depends on who it's going to be. So let's wait for the post-fight interview, see if they have anybody they want to call out and what's possibly next. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Oh, there he is again. Dad, y'all missed it. Oh, he's still out there getting oxygen. All right, we're back.
So much more still ahead. We're picking up this one of such an amazing card in Riyadh next week. Ring 4 known in the chat.
Waiting for them to read the, not read the cards, announce the winner, who is Jack Catterall. And then I want to hear if he's going to call out anybody in the post-fight interview. Did I say already he's been training in Philly? Jack Catterall, he's been over here for some time. If I was to give this undercard a ranking, a rating, since it's the last fight of the undercard, C, not a C minus, not a C plus, just a C.
11, our referee in charge, John Latham, waves it off. Therefore, your winner by way of technical knockout and new WBO Global Welterweight Champion, Jack Catterall.
I think it's going to be Alexis Rocha he's going to have to fight next, or he's going to fight next. That's what my gut's saying.
Terrific tussle, and it's Jack Catterall that moves on.
Here he is right here. Let me mute that. Let's pull up Alexis' record.
What a warrior. The engine from Nottingham. He's not finished, but it's Catterall who takes the opportunity.
There's the crowd. It's like 50 degrees out there tonight, too. Are they going to revisit this Raul Curiel fight? Remember, I'm out of the loop. I haven't covered boxing in some time, so I'm still catching up on all the politics. Let's listen into the post-fight interview.
Atmosphere. Congratulations. You were after a big performance. You were after a statement. Great to see that Ekow Essuman's okay. They don't call him the engine for nothing. How hard did you have to work for that?
You know what? First and foremost, shout out to Ekow and his team. Good people, a good team. Ekow's a solid fighter. So
here you go. They got a rematch coming.
I needed to do it there tonight.
In terms of what Bozy wanted to see from you, was that just about perfect?
Yeah, of course, we've been working on things, having the confidence to let the hands go. This was the second fight at welterweight. I can still punch, but he's just having the confidence to keep throwing them hands, let them go. So I'm feeling good, and I'm excited for what's next.
And in terms of what's next, we'll bring in Eddie Hearn in just a moment. But for you, the champions at 147, we know you want that shot to fulfill that dream of one day becoming a world champion, Jack. Who do you want to fight next?
I want all of them. Barrios, Crocker, Norman. Who's the other one?
Romero.
I want them all.
Well, let's bring in promoter Eddie Hearn. Eddie, you were just saying off camera there that Jack's victory
him versus Devin Haney would be a nasty fight.
The WBO. What can you tell us?
Yeah, that's what we said to Gustavo Oliveira, the president of the WBO. This is a fight we believe will make him mandatory for the winner of next week's fight. Huge card in Riyadh on the ring card. Devin Haney against Brian Norman. What a fight. He's now going to be #1 with the WBO. So locking up that position as a mandatory. But like you said, so many options. That was a big win. Big respect to Ekow Essuman. We're glad to see he's okay. He's a tremendous fighter and a good guy. But this man deserves another crack at the World Championship. And what should have been undisputed. But now we pick up that world title at 147.
Final message, Jack, not just to the fans, but to the welterweight division live on DAZN tonight.
Yeah, first of all, this is unbelievable. I'm so excited for the main event. The welterweight division, I'm here, I'm straight back in the gym Monday, and I'm coming for the world title in 26.
Jack, congratulations. We look forward to what's next. Well done.
Good win for Jack Catterall under new trainer Bozy Ennis. That's a nice little belt around his waist. He's going to want to...
to be honest, fans don't seem to be happy or have mixed feelings on the fight. Listen, knowing Jack Catterall, it could have been much worse. We could have been tired, going into this main event. Like, oh my gosh, like dragging. But nah, for as long as it lasted, it was entertaining, I guess you could say. It wasn't a slow pace hug fest. Essuman definitely came to fight all the way until he got his ass knocked out of the ring. There was a questionable knockdown earlier in the fight. I believe it was the round before the stoppage, but the referee, Howard Foster, was in the way. So, I don't know. I would have to look at the replay because it kind of looked like Essuman kind of tripped a little bit going backwards, but Jack Catterall did land punches. But either way, it wasn't called a knockdown. So we do know, as Eddie Hearn said, they're going the WBO route. So they're trying to be the mandatory for Brian Norman Devin Haney winner. Now, to be very honest, I don't want to see Devin Haney versus Jack Catterall. That's a tough sell anywhere. That's going to be nasty. I'm telling you right now, it may look good as far as the names on paper, you know, but that is not a fight. No. I just, no. And shockingly, a lot of fans have Brian Norman beating Devin Haney. And apparently Devin Haney is the underdog. This may get me to start gambling. So with that being said, or who knows, Conor Benn wants to go back down to 147, him versus Jack Catterall. Maybe they can try to, you know, capitalize off of that sometime later on in the future. With that being said, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. I'm going to give this undercard I can't give it a C+ because there's two. I gave the undercard grade of a C- going in. Correction, I gave the whole card a C-. But if I was to give this undercard a grade, I am going to give this, a B-. I gave the whole card coming into it. If I was to give this undercard a grade so far, let's see. Richard Riakporhe stopped Tommy Welch in 2. By the way, I got a Substack. I'm going to be writing something. I'm going to post it online for you guys to be able to read it. Let me know what you think. Where's the card at? There we are. So you had Richard Riakporhe. Oh, I watched the Ismail Davis fight. I was actually, that's when I first sat down. He got the win. The Richard Riakporhe stopped Tommy Welch in 2. Tommy Welch was flopping all over the place like a fish. Azim stopped Kurt Scoby in 12. If you look at my previous video, I've already crowned Azim the next star of the 140-pound division. And I don't talk like that about a lot of boxers, but I think he's got the good. And then we came to the the chief support of the main event, Jack Catterall, Ekow Essuman. So if I was to give all of that a grade, three or four stoppages. But then again, it was A sides versus like D sides, maybe D sides. So off of that, I'm going to rate the undercard a C, because a C+ is too close to a B-. And a C is too close to a C-, which is close to a D+. So I think it's a C. It's a C. Now, the only thing that can make this card higher than the B- I gave it coming in, this main event's got to knock the socks off. But I think it's going to be a slower, more methodical pace in the rematch with Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. So I can't wait to see how this rematch turns out. And we're going to be live after the card talking about everything and also previewing the boxing coming up. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. All the links to my social media are right down below in the description box.